Hey everybody, it's Rob here. Our friend Do Not Hit Me outdid himself. 400,000 life. He gave us insights into all of his gear. He also cleared 128 pit. Is up to 130 now without any elixirs or any bugs. And you guys can see here his gear. He's ultra wide, thick Barbarian with the razor plate here, the new Thorns BARB. We're gonna watch the video of him clearing it. We're gonna watch all of his gear that he sent to us. We also talked with him, and we're gonna watch the planner and the full build guide of his Thorns Barbarian. 130 pit, no bugs, no holy elixirs, 400k life, razor plate. Let's go. So first things first, here's the video. Do Not Hit Me. What a fitting name for a fellow blaster here on the Thorns BARB. He uploaded this clear. Check it out. It's gonna be in the description as well as the planners. Everything is going to be there, and you can see here in the video that he is just bashing Leap, Barbarian, Frenzy, and he's just completely melting the enemies. This is a 125 boss fight. You guys can see his Thorns proc, and this guy basically just kills himself, but he's just getting attacked, and stupid bosses just keep attacking, and then they die. It's a pretty cool build. And you guys can see here the crazy amount of damage every time that the boss takes when he attacks him. And this is no joker, this is a 125 boss. And yeah, he just completely melted. And he even has time left. So he keeps stuff vulnerable. Triple showers like on every good BARB build. Then you have Steel Grasp, you have Leap with Rumble for crazy amounts of damage increases. Like, it's literally insane. And this is the 125 clear, and I think there is a full 126. He like has the full journey here, no Holy Bolt Elixir. And here he is in 128. And let me just show you here how he melts these monsters when he has a big pull. You guys can see here, he like uses the Steel Grasp to pull all the enemies together. He has 400,000 life. And then he leaps and stands still for Inner Calm. And then these guys, they just attack him. He just needs to stand there. Look at his life. It's barely dropping on the hardest pits here. See, like his life is just going up and down like a little bit. No Shaco, no Uber Unique for this build needed. You can use Doombringer, like he's using Doombringer to further his life pool, but you don't necessarily need it. And he is just completely crushing this. So just leap around, kill the stuff. Pull the boys in. Damage reduction is always a bit there. And that's basically how he clears the entire run. You guys can see he's like well ahead of the time. Creates more big pulls, and those guys, they just keep murdering themselves. Leap around. It's insane. Look at those guys just melt. These guys, they have billions of HP on this tier. 128 he's in. Resistance is full. I mean, he also has all the buffs, right? He's like super buffed up with all the juice that he can get. Double elixir, triple incense. And he just keeps along, dragging those enemies, creating big pulls. And keep in mind, Thorns basically, thanks to the needle flare aspect, has AoE damage. You guys can see, you just get over here, bam. Pulls them into the leaps, and then they just die. And on the bosses later, he's able to stack up to 20 leaps at the same time for up to triple damage with the Rumble Glyph. As you can see here, all he has to do is pull them, and then just stand there and chill. And let the enemies just murder themselves. It's so funny, man. This is like gonna be the best build fantasy I think there is, man. Just stand there, the unkillable tank, 400,000 life, high DR, full armor cap, full resistance cap. You just stand there and you take the fucking hits, and they can't even touch you. This is one of the new BARB builds, and it was theorized to be A tier in my tier list. And if you don't count for the Holy Bolt Elixir, you can see there's no arrows, no double dipping of any kind. It's just like the pure Thorns BARB enjoyment. You can, by the way, also kill all the Uber bosses, one-shot them in fact. I'm gonna have that video linked in the description. Maybe you've seen it already. This Thorns BARB is completely crazy. He was the same guy, Do Not Hit Me. Big blaster. And yeah, he just murders all the sneaky snakes. Or, I should say, they kill themselves. Look, everything dead, easy.
Ich will ein Kind von der Bist der Beste. Heart.
Heart. Thanks, guys. And then he engages the boss. I think the boss fight like also takes a couple minutes. And you guys can see here the craziness on the boss fight. Again, the full video in the description. Look at this. He has 20 stacks. And this is what he is using the Earthquake duration for. 21 stacks. And this is giving him such an insane damage boost. It's also contributing here to the boss stagger. And he just keeps him vulnerable. And look at the damage here. This boss has multiple billion life. I think he has like 200 billion life. So he's doing about 1 billion or more DPS. You can't see the numbers, but that's insane. On 128. You guys, if you've seen it, let me know in the comments if you've tried like this high tier. Like those monsters are no joke. And Thorns BARB is finally, man, finally one of the best Barbarian builds. I mean, if they might address the Holy Bolt Elixir, this clear, or this thing, is gonna be the top-notch build for Barbs. I don't even think the Bash Barb has the damage capabilities without the Holy Bolt Elixir. Because right now, you know, there's all this like bleed Barbs that are in the 130s. But they are all using the Holy Bolt Elixir and revolving their full build around Berserk, ripping, double dipping, kind of like, you know, gray zone like exploit stuff. We'll see if Blizzard addresses it. But this build does none of that. No Holy Bolt Elixir, man. Just pure Thorns. Just get hit in the face. Stand there like a tank, and they got nothing on you. Look at that, man. All the small dudes just like proccing more Thorns. He's actually super smart about it. You see all these minions here that throw the, what is it, like a poison ball or whatever? They all trigger his Thorns, so he doesn't even kill them. They just, look at the damage. Look at the, what? Okay, the DPS is absolute. This is like he's doing like 10 billion DPS there. Again, this boss has 200 million damage. 200 billion life. Dude. Okay, the end I think was the most crazy. Look at his HP bar. He's half. And then he has all these little adds stacked up. And they all hit him. They all trigger the needle flare aspect. Which we will go over it. And he has this crazy triple damage from the leaps. Even more. It's like ×5 with the earthquake aspect as well. And look how the boss just melts. And he just doesn't even take any damage, man. He's full life, full HP all the time. He stands in the middle. Lilith is coming down. All the projectiles hit him. He just stands there like a tank, man. Stand there like a man. And then he clears it. 128 done. What a giga chat. Holy shit. And he, so we have the full planner in the description. But he also sent us a video of his entire gear and setup. So you can see here. Armor cap live 3200 main stat. Let's watch the entire video here. So on the helmet, it looks like this. This is his helm. Iron blood. You don't need a shako or anything. It works like this. And the thorns while fortified. This is one of the big aspects that enables this build to be that strong. Let me disable chat here for a second, guys, so you can see all the items. Yes. I'm gonna move over here. We're gonna move the chat over here. I hope this works. So that is his helm. Thorns while fortified. Imposing presence. This is the thing. It gives him so much HP. So imposing presence is right here. I'm in game. Imposing presence is this little passive here. It gives you 6% multiplicative scaling life on his planner. And I think we can see it here. He has, there you go, 54% X additional life. And this is how he's able to hit this 400,000 life threshold. So that's the helmet with Iron Warrior. Let's go for the next one. And this obviously is the Razor Plate, all-time favorite item. New item, completely reworked. He has a really insane roll. Double GA and high roll on both of them. Actually, this is a max roll. These are all, and then this is also very good. And 145. Crazy Razor Plate. Then he's rocking a Curse Touch. He's playing the weather with the other aspect here to make enemies vulnerable. You can see it in the run, like he can just, like in Season 2, he just evades through them and makes them vulnerable. And again here, Thorns, Strength, Max Life. You don't need any crit chance in this build, because Thorns cannot crit unless you have a Lethal Shrine. Then these are the pants, no skill ranks needed, just main stat, max life, and then again Thorns while Fortify, also imposing presence. Man, he got really lucky with these, holy shit. And then here we go again, Metamorphosis, this is the combination here. This one makes you unstoppable and makes the enemies vulnerable. Then we have +4 leap and leap cooldown. This is used to have enough cooldown to perma leap on the boss together with the giant strides that's on the rings. And you see he doesn't even have everything fully masterworked yet. He has pretty good masterworks though. And then here we have the Needle Flare. This is the one that's triggering the Thorns AoE procs. And it's going completely crazy. And he has vulnerable damage, strength, max life, close, and earthquake duration. This allows him to keep stacking those earthquakes. And also get, obviously, the crazy amounts of multipliers. And he gets those multipliers. If you see at the Paragon notes, he has the Rumble Glyph. We're going to go over all the details here in a sec as well. But this is the thing that enables him. This is the stacks that you saw on the bar in the boss fight, going up to 20. So he's getting 20 times 10x% the damage for these earthquakes. And that's why he's using the duration. Then we have the Doombringer right here. This is the only Uber Unique that is very good for the build. And you can masterwork the max life. So you see, he doesn't even have it fully masterworked. I think if you have it fully masterworked, not sure if it shows here. Yes, it goes up to 86% life. So this 400,000 life that he has, he can probably almost reach 500,000 life if he does it perfectly. We're gonna move again. Here's his next item. Next item here in our calm. So he stands still a lot. You can't stand still while you leap, but you can stand still in the run and just get hit basically. That's the Thorns build, man. You just stand still and you get hit. Now, item power doesn't matter. You are playing a Thorns build. Don't need item power. The weapon damage is completely irrelevant, just to say. The item power is only there to have the max stats on strength and max life and stuff. But you do not need a high weapon damage. It's a Thorns build. And then the offhand. This one is the Ground Stomp. 50% X damage. Also max life, strength, close enemies, earthquake duration, vulnerable again. He's using an X because damage to healthy enemies, crit damage over power damage does not work with Thorns. Then he is rocking the Giant Strides. This is to have perma leap on those bosses. And you can just leap around and get those crazy stacks. Also, Brawling skill cooldown reduction works for your Warcry, which is a Brawling skill. You guys can see here if I go in-game. Brawling skills is this entire section here. So it works for your Warcry and it works for your leap cooldown, which is very insane. And then you have a triple GA ring here. He actually uses the res on his rings because there's not really anything better to get. So he goes double res on the rings and Brawling again, close damage. This one is not masterworked yet fully. And then the Amulet he masterwork cooldown reduction. Obviously you need to keep up your shouts because your challenging shouts giving you insane amounts of thorns. Your Warcry is giving you insane amounts of damage. He's using percent strength and cooldown on this Amulet. Pretty cool stuff. And then the elements aspect. So that was his entire gear. I think it's pretty insane, and yeah, 383 life. Probably when he activates his challenging shout, because he's standing in town, right? So he's gonna get another 1.2. So he's actually already at 460k, 460,000 life buff. He's gonna easily get over 500k once he's fully masterworked. That is insane, and life just keeps scaling multiplicatively. So every 2% life that you have gives you basically, if your base life is 100,000. And then every 2% life is like this. So you get 2% life, it's 2k life. Then you get another 2% life, it's this, it's 2040. And then you get another 2% life. And it keeps going like this. You know, until a 2% life just gives you like 5,000 life for one 2% life node, basically, right? It keeps multiplicatively scaling with each other. That's why it's so insane. And that's how you reach so high number like that. Yeah, and probably 20 life rise. So thanks again for Do Not Hit Me for sending this out. So we pretty much talked about the planner already. You can check it here again. You can do all kinds of things with your jewelries. You just need to hit max res. I like to do it just with both rings, lightning, fire res, and then have all the other res on your jewelry, like all the different colors, but you can also just go for all res if you prefer, and then just go diamonds. But I like it a list. Then obviously we have rubies for life, sapphire for the vulnerable damage, and then this is the skill tree. X mastery, he was not showing it in the video. You can see the set priorities. And yeah, there's an Uber. There's also a standard version here. So instead of Doombringer, you're then playing Deathwish, and you get some more Earthquake duration bonuses, vulnerable, strength, life, and that's pretty much it. Skill tree is looking like this. So Frenzy, you don't deal any damage with Frenzy, but you can't take points off because you need to unlock next section. Imposing Presence, Natural Vigor, Rallying Cry for Fortify. Then we have the Thorns passives, Challenging Shout with the Thorns scaling. This one is basically giving you more Thorns the more life you have. That's why you also go for so high life. Warcry support, Leap. You can put more points in Leap if you need, but if you have the right gear with the Leap stuff. Was it Leap here, right? I don't think he went movement speed. Yeah, it was Leap here. If you have the right Leap stuff, then you're gonna be not needing these points in Leap. Then you have Berserking Toughness. Berserking you gain from casting Leap, basically. That's how you keep your Berserking. Pit Fighter, Slaying Strike. Then you're rocking a Steel Grasp with Vulnerable and Berserking. Counter Offensive for big multiplier. Also Thick Skin for more Fortify. I think you can also move around some points here depending on what you need. For example, I think I would do this in Slaying Strike, just more DPS always. And then finally you have the Unconstrained passive. As long as you're Berserking again, which is very easy to keep with Battle Fever and Deep. You're going to be dealing insane amounts of damages. Then the Paragon board here, in the starter board we have Iron. So keep in mind, you don't need any crit or anything for this, it doesn't work. We have all the life nodes here. Territorial Glyph. Then we are rocking Marshall here in the Carnage board. Again, you don't need attack speed either, because you just rely on the monster hitting you. Then we're rocking Revenge here in the Flawless Technique board. Then we got Undaunted here in the Blood Rage board. Obviously this is the big multiplier, and you want to have some Berserking damage on your gear. I think he had it on the gloves, and I think on one more piece. You always want to have two pieces. So he had it. So one Berserking roll on the gloves. Double check. I think he had another one. Vulnerable, close. Close. Probably on the rings then. Close, actually. So he has one Berserking roll. I mean, if the Paragon is fine. And I think he masterworked it, right? So you just want to make sure that your passive is kept. Yeah, okay, he masterworked it. That's maybe why. You just want to make sure your passive is kept. And then you're going to be fine with the Berserking for your Blood Rage. As the 1.3 is very important. Then the Rumble Glyph here. Again, all the life nodes. All the life nodes down here. And the Decimator board for extra damage against Vulnerable. So that's pretty much the planner, guys. This build is extremely strong. It can also, and I'm going to link this here again, it's also going to be in the description. It can basically one-shot all the bosses as well. You guys can see here. This is the same guy, Do Not Hit Me. One-shotting Uber Duriel. You guys can see here, as soon as he does the swipe, boom, dead, one hit. 1 billion, and same here goes for Varshan. He just pulls them in. And this is just to see how much damage he was dealing in that 130 clear. Just pull them in, bam, dead. And the DPS here, 3 billion with 1 Thorns hits. That's especially true when the Razor Blade triggers. But yeah, that's pretty much the planner, guys. This is completely insane. And definitely one of the highest BARB clears without Holy Bolt Elixir. No double dipping, no bugs, no exploits. Just a man standing there in the middle of the fray and taking the hits to his fucking face. Super cool build. Check out Do Not Hit Me. Video is down below. Thumbs up and everything. And I will see you soon, guys. Enjoy the Thorns Barbs, my friends. GG. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe, leave a like or a comment. I'm also live on Twitch almost every day, so come and say hi.